When it comes to neighborhoods in Summerville, South Carolina, all you hear about is Nexton and Cane Bay. But did you know there are other neighborhoods that could be a better fit for your lifestyle? What's up, y'all? It's Shawn, your Charleston realtor. In this video, I'm going to tell you about some neighborhoods that I consider to be hidden gems. Two honorable mentions that I won't be covering are Summers Corner and Carnes Crossroads. But if you want to learn more about them, don't hesitate to reach out. In 2024 alone, I helped 92 families with a home purchase or sale in the Charleston area, and about 25% of them were in Summerville. It's a great place to be looking, and you should definitely consider these other neighborhoods if you're thinking about relocating here. So the first neighborhood is Sangaree, and it's a quieter neighborhood that has the same great location as Nexton without the price tag. It's one of the most affordable neighborhoods in all of Summerville. You'll most likely find small to medium-sized single-family homes here that were built between 1970 to 1999. Because the neighborhood was built in the 80s, there's a lot of homes with those funky floor plans. If you can't stand the typical cookie-cutter home, and you know the ones I'm talking about, this could be a great place to start looking. The average sales price of this neighborhood is $332,000, but it can be a great place to find homes under $300,000. According to Nextdoor, it has 8,600 residents with an affordability score of 98 and an average income of $55,000 a year. An added benefit of this neighborhood is that it's close to Nexton, which means that you're close to everything Nexton Square has to offer. Some of the best restaurants in the entire metro are in Nexton Square, and it's literally right across the street from Sangaree. For amenities, there are 5 parks and the Sangaree Duck Pond. A branch of Berkeley County Library is also here as well. It's literally right next to I-26, making easy travel to anywhere in the metro, and it's one of the best commuter neighborhoods in Summerville, in my opinion. What makes Sangaree unique is it's actually a CDP, or census designated place. It's part of unincorporated Berkeley County, which has lower taxes than the other 2 counties in Charleston. A big pro of living in the CDP is that you don't have to pay any municipal taxes because it's all unincorporated. This also means that you won't need a permit to hang a sign or cut down a tree on your property. And so there's not a homeowners association in Sangaree, which makes it more affordable, but it also means that your neighbor isn't required to keep up their property to your standards, which can have its downsides. Up next, we have White Church Place. This is a well-established neighborhood that is similar to Sangaree. It features mid-sized homes and at affordable price points that were built in the late 70s through the early 90s. You won't have modern amenities here. For example, a lot of the roads don't even have sidewalks. There are a lot of green open spaces with trees, and it's a great place to find homes that have more land and privacy. This is why people love to live here. Similar to Sangaree, most of the homes were built in the 80s, so you can find spacious homes with funky floor plans and unique designs. However, unlike Sangaree, it's not close to any major interstate, but Dorchester Road does cut through the neighborhood and takes you to the heart of North Charleston, so if you work in North Charleston, it could be a good fit. However, it is close to Highway 61, which is one of the main roads between West Ashley and Summerville, so you can still get around quickly unless it's rush hour. Now, let's talk about amenities here. Because it's a smaller neighborhood, there are not a ton of amenities, but there are some parks around it, including a dog park. Lake Ashboro is in this neighborhood, and it's a small lake where you can go fishing, but you probably don't want to go on the lake itself because there's plenty of swamp puppies there. There are a lot of shopping options close by, like Walmart, Publix, and the Oakbrook Shopping Center. The Dorchester Fire Rescue is in this neighborhood, which adds a sense of security as well, and you might even save on homeowners insurance. Also, the Summerville Soccer Complex is nearby and is a popular spot for youth sports, so if you have kids, it's a nice plus. For a smaller neighborhood in a great location combined with these amenities, it's easy to see why people love living here, especially because it's in Dorchester District 2 School District, which is considered one of the best school districts in South Carolina. There are also no HOA fees, which can be a pro or a con depending on what style of neighborhood you prefer. Up next is White Gables, and this is a master plan community that features modern homes inspired by historical Charleston architecture, and what you get is a trendy southern neighborhood. Think if downtown Charleston was built in the 2000s and not the 1800s. A lot of homes here have pastel exteriors, front porches, and window boxes that give it a more upscale feel. Development in this neighborhood started in 2001 by Saucy Burbank, but Crescent Homes, now Dreamfinders Homes, also built homes here too. These builders are known for their meticulous craftsmanship and attention to detail, and it really shows as you drive around the neighborhood. A lot of homes here have hardy plank siding, which is considered a higher end material, and in my view just looks classier. The neighborhood has narrow streets and is packed with homes that are very close to each other. It was designed this way to be low maintenance, so if you don't want the upkeep of a huge yard, it could be a great benefit. A big plus is the look of a more upscale neighborhood with a thoughtfully designed houses and landscaping. One thing I love about the neighborhood is the home prices aren't as expensive as you would expect, especially in one that looks as nice as White Gables. The average sales price is around $389,000. Of course, this depends on the size and style style of the home, but for a neighborhood that has an upscale feeling, the relatively lower prices are a huge plus. Considering that the average sales price for a single-family detached home in the Charleston Tri-County area was $419,000 in 2024, you get a lot of bang for your buck when you choose to live here. When it comes to home sizes, on the smaller end, you can find homes around 1,300 square feet, and for the larger homes, they can climb up to over 3,000 square feet. The community has some great amenities, including a clubhouse, community pool, tennis courts, and walking trails. A lot of these trails connect to small ponds spread throughout the area, so if you enjoy running or biking, this is a great spot. There's an HOA in this community that helps pay for amenities, but they also organize events like block parties, potlucks, and movie nights. Now, the next neighborhood I want to talk about is Westcott Plantation. And this is a larger master plan community that has approximately 1,600 acres. Development here started in the early 2000s and finished in the late 2010s. And what makes this community unique is the public golf course that has 27 holes. It's actually the largest public golf course in all of South Carolina and has some incredible views with a lot of green space. I know what you're thinking, and the answer is no. You don't get a free membership to the course if you buy a home here, but man, that would be nice. This community has a great mix of single-family homes, townhomes, and condos that cater to various needs and lifestyles. The neighborhoods were built by a variety of top-tier builders, including Ryland Homes, Lennar, D.R. Horton, Beazer Homes, and Ashtonwood, so you can find a ton of different home styles that fit to your personal preferences. But it should be noted that you're not going to get like an ultra unique home here. Most of them are going to be really modern looking. For home sizes, on the smaller end, you can expect around 1,300 square feet. On the larger end, your homes can be over 3,000 square feet. A great plus to Westcott is the home prices. The price for a single-family home here is $368,000. For townhomes and condos, the average sales price was nearly the same at $350,000, but you can find more affordable townhomes too. I decided to look in our MLS, and the most affordable one was $237,000, and it was 1,300 square feet. There's really something for everyone here. However, if living in suburbia doesn't appeal to you, then maybe we should consider looking at another neighborhood. A great plus of Westcott is that it's close to some major employers in the area like Boeing, Joint Base Charleston, and Mercedes-Benz. Just like White Church Place, it isn't close to any major interstate, but it is right next to Dorchester Road, so it's easy to get both to I-26 and I-526. The neighborhood is nestled in between North Charleston and Summerville, so you have access to a lot of great shopping centers. Let's talk about some of the amenities of Westcott. If the 27-hole golf course wasn't enough, the clubhouse here is nice and is a central hub for the community. Also, the Westcott Bar and Grill is in the clubhouse and has some great ratings online. Some other amenities here are a community swimming pool, walking and biking trails, multiple playgrounds, and sports fields. I mentioned earlier that there's a lot of green open space in the neighborhood, and with the golf courses intermixed, it gives it a more upscale feel. HOA fees vary by neighborhood, but they average about $350 a year, which is lower than other master plan communities. And lastly, I want to give a shout out to the Historic District because this is one of the coolest and most unique areas in all of the Charleston area, much less Summerville. This area has historic homes that have been preserved with the original architecture. Living here would be like getting to travel back in time. You get to experience what living in Charleston would be like if you lived here in the late 1800s or early 1900s, but with all the conveniences of modern living with things like AC. It should be noted that the Historic District has a higher price tag than other neighborhoods I've talked about, but it's still more affordable than the historical homes in downtown Charleston, Mount Pleasant, or even James Island. The median sales price came in around $600,000 according to Redfin. There are a variety of home sizes and styles, so you can find homes in the $400,000 range, but they can easily climb up to over $1 million for some of those larger homes. If you want to experience true Southern living, there isn't a better way to do it than buying a home in the Historic District. It encompasses a significant portion of downtown Summerville and features historic churches and landmarks. Being located in downtown Summerville has some great benefits because you're close to some of the most popular restaurants and the main commercial district in the area. Depending on the street, you may even be in walking distance. There are a variety of boutique shops and cafes, and when you combine it with the small town feel of Summerville, it makes for a really unique experience compared to living in other historic districts. Most of the lots that these historic homes are on have great landscapes with a lot of trees and gardens, and while I don't love using the word picturesque all the time, the neighborhood is just that. Being in downtown Summerville means you're right in the thick of where everything is held, like the bigger festivals. The Sweet Tea Festival and the Flower Festival are some of the most popular events in the Charleston Metro, and they're held right here in the Historic District in Summerville. There are several great parks close to downtown Summerville, with one of my favorites being Azalea Park. So if you're in the area, make sure you check it out. When it comes to HOA fees, they are generally minimal or non-existent. This is because the Historic District lacks extensive shared amenities like pools or clubhouses that are commonly found in newer planned communities. This can be a pro or a con depending on what you want, but you can't overlook historic Summerville if you want to move to the area. Well, there you have it. These neighborhoods are hidden gems in Summerville. While Nexton and Cane Bay have their own unique charm, I think these neighborhoods stand out by catering to different sorts of lifestyles. Whether you enjoy living in the neighborhood with more rural feel to it, or you want to experience life in a historic neighborhood, Summerville has it all. As always, I want to earn your business and be a resource for real estate here in Charleston. My contact information is always in the description down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.